Hi viewers! Now I often hear the term finning mentioned, and I thought I'd cover that in a video today as to what it actually is and the cause of it. Finning is also known as a wire edge. That's because it creates a wiry edge. But before I show you the coins close up and the finning on them, that's all three of those have finning. Technically the privateer isn't a massive problem, but I'll explain more about that in the video. Now before I show you the coins close up, I'm going to show you what causes finning. Now this is a prop from a previous video where I re-struck a fake gold coin, and I'll put a link to that video at the end. And this is intended to be the collar die, and in the bottom you would have the obverse or reverse die, and then the other die would be on here. And as it is pressed, as the die is pressed down, it strikes the coin, putting the impression on both sides. And the collar die would have whatever edge detail you've got, mostly reeded these days, that would have the reeding in it. So that pushes the metal down and squashes it into all the little gaps, which are obviously around the edge and on both of the dies. To help me explain the process, I'm going to use a clear coin press. Now this would be the collar die with, say, the obverse die in the bottom, and this would be the reverse die coming down from above, pressing down onto the coin. And well, actually at that point it's not a coin, is it? It's the planchet, or blank, whatever you like to call it. Now this is the planchet, which is dropped into the coin press. Now as the die strikes the planchet, the impression is made on the obverse and reverse, and it forces the metal out into the edge, creating the edge detail, which on most coins is reeded. Now as you can see, it's formed a slight rim around the edge there. Now if more pressure is applied when the coin is struck, let me see if I can get some pressure on it, there we go, this edge becomes far more prominent, and if the press is slightly off kilter like my arm was, you'll see it's pushed the metal up more one side than the other. And likewise, if we look at it like that, it's off centre, so this side is wider than that side. Now this will all become much clearer in a second when I show you photos of the coins. And I'm going to start with the privateer, because the privateer is a bit of an anomaly, because these are classed as ultra high relief, and you can see how high that rim is compared to the rest of the coin. Now when these are struck, obviously the metal that was, or the flat metal that was filling in this area, gets pushed out and up at the edge, and this can cause a little unevenness round the edge where the metal is forced up, and photos of that coming now. You can see the very slight sawtooth edge on the outer side of the rim of the coin. Here it is slightly more prominent, and you can also see the distortion of the rim. So as you can see with the privateer, it's not really a major issue. Now the Libertad, pictures of this one coming up in a minute, you can see a very, very fine rim. Now that is, you know, quite common on a lot of coins. It's not on this part of the coin, but it is over on this side, just above Onza's, and pictures of that one coming up now. Now, as you can see, that wasn't a real issue at all, but the gold buffalo is classed as a high relief, I understand, and due to the common off-centre strikes from the US Mint, this finning does cause more of a problem on these, and photos will be coming up in just a second showing you how bad the finning is, especially when the die goes off centre. Now this part of the coin shows the finning fairly minimal, similar to that on the Libertad, but the next photo coming up shows what it's like when you get an off-centre strike. As you can see, the gold had a much narrower space to push up into. In fact, it was only the depth of the reading itself, which is why it's created this picket fence-like effect. So as you saw there, a bit of a problem with the buffalo there. Now the majority of coins in my stack do not have any of these issues, and I'll show you the Britannia just as an example here, where you don't even get this very fine edge. So Britannia coming up now. Now I have seen this type of finning, quite deep finning, on quite a few coins. Some Cuban silver proofs that I recently sold, they had extremely deep finning, and I tried to dig out the photos but I couldn't find them. So that, you know, it is I wouldn't say it's that common, but it does happen. Yeah, I have seen it on a few of my coins over the years, mostly just to this degree of the Libertad, and not as excessive and off-centered as it was on the buffalo. So anyway, there you have it. That is what finning is, or wire edge, and the cause of it. I hope you enjoyed the content, and keep calm and keep stacking whatever it is you stack. Thanks for watching. Bye.